Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the GACA North-South All-Star Classic for soccer. This is the third edition of this game. We are in Dalton, Georgia. My name is Tim Hunter. I am the Georgia State Soccer Chair, and I'm along with Robert Williamson from Danley Sound Labs, who's doing all of our production and filming today. Today's game is going to be based on two 30-minute halves with a hydration break at about the 15-minute mark at a natural stoppage point. The All-Star game today is being conducted by the Georgia Athletic Coaches Association. The North team is comprised of rising seniors in regions 5 through 8 in all classifications. The South team is regions 1 through 4 in all classifications. This is a rising senior game. Just to give you a little background on this event, this is, like I said, the third edition. In the first game, I was lucky enough to coach the north side, and we had a 5-1 victory in Brunswick, Georgia. Last year, the north team edged out the south 3-2. That was head coach Don Brock's winning team, and it was a hat trick by local player Monse Hernandez. We are just about to get the starting lineups going. They are getting the captains right now for both teams. Coaches today for the South side. For All-Star Juniors, Mike Townsend from Central Carrollton High School. He's the head coach for the South. David Langley from Peach County is the assistant coach. And the GAC coordinator for the South is Christina Vesprilli from Trutland County High School. For the North side, the North Junior Boys coaches, the head coach is Matt Meyer. He is from Jackson County High School. Jose Almodova from Dalton High School is the assistant, and the GACA coordinator is Don Brock from Lumpkin County. In today's game, the way we have it set up, we had 3 goalkeepers nominated. So rather than post one team for any particular team, basically those 3 goalies are going to be taking care of both spots on both teams. So our goalies will be rotating roughly every 15 to 20 minutes. And I'm going to tell you, we have 3 really good goalies in this year's game. That is Charlotte Cunningham from Lumpkin County. She will be in an orange number 00. Taylor Frew from North Oconee. She will be in a black jersey with red shorts. And Emerson Meyer, she will be in all black, number 00 from Clark Central. Watching all 3 of those girls in our training session yesterday, our forwards, I believe, will have a difficult time getting some goals on these 3, because all 3 of those young ladies are legitimate players. The South team will be wearing their visiting white jerseys, and the North team will be wearing their home dark colors. There may be some number discrepancies because, this is an all-star game, so we may have players that are showing the same number, but I'll try to keep you aware of that as much as we possibly can. Before we get started with our international walkout, I'd like to go ahead and thank today's sponsors. Some of our sponsors today are the Georgia Athletic Officials Association. Alan Smith is Executive Director. University of West Georgia, Sports Ventures, R2R Media, Bland Roofing, Rick Freeman, Carolina Sports. Those are all friends of the GACA. Also our corporate sponsors: Sports Turf Company Incorporated, Greenville Turf and Tractor, Danley Sound Labs, Athletic Field Supply, and Max Preps. This game is being brought to you from Dalton, Georgia today at the home of the Dalton State Roadrunners. Last year's game was brutally hot. Today we've got about a nice 78, 79 degree day with a nice breeze going. This is a fantastic day for soccer. Now we have both teams coming out for the international walkout, and then we will start with our announcing our players. For the North squad, we're going to announce the South players first.
All-Star Soccer match. And we now introduce to you our rosters for each squad. We'll start with our visitors from the South squad, who are in the white jerseys.
Wearing white, number 3, from East Lawrence, is McCain Bracewell. From Tattnall County, wearing number 6, will be Samantha Camacho. Number 11, from Berrien County, Arlie McCraney. Number 10, from East Lawrence, Sunny Moon. Number 10, from Mundy's Mill, is Zaria Orgiaco. From number 14, from Peaks County, Roxana Sanchez. Number 9, from Georgia Military, Madison Strom. There's Madison. Number 3, from Georgia Military, Emily Arp. Number 25, from Tattnall County, is Portia Cummings. Number 3, from Tattnall, Kayla Lane. Number 22, from Jones County, Madison Bennett. And the other Jones County player, number 14, Madison Mitchum.
The head coach of the South squad is Mike Townsend from Central Carrollton. He's assisted by Dave Langley.
Mike Townsend is the head coach for the South team. Dave Langley is the assistant coach.
A hand for our squad from the South.
Mike Townsend is from Central Carrollton. Coach Langley is from Peach County.
And now for our North squad.
For our North squad, our first player from Padilla, number 9 in maroon, Naja Lee. Number 27 in maroon from Padilla, Amelia Gaines. From Lumpkin, wearing black, number 4, Olivia Gilliland. From Jefferson, number 23, in blue, Valerie Ledoux. Number 10 in gray from Union County's Desiree Patterson. Number 23 from Archer is Aaliyah Taylor. From Lumpkin, number 23 is Emily Lund. Number 28 from Lumpkin, Katie Carroll. From Lumpkin, wearing number 30 in maroon, Ashley Reed. And in red, number 24, Laurel Renfro. And then our 3 goalies for tonight's events. Coach Matt Meyer is the head coach from Jackson County. Jose Almondova from Dalton County is our assistant coach. And Don Brock is the North coordinator. Our goalkeepers, our PA guy finishing up on that. In orange, number 00, Charlotte Cunningham, Lumpkin County. In black, from North Oconee, Taylor Frew. Also in black, number 1, Clark Central, Emerson Meyer.
And let me introduce to you also our officials for the Tri-Rivers Association. Ginger Russell, Justin Russell, and Linda Russell. Our trainers for today are from the Houston Clinic, Catherine Boykin and Dylan Baker. And our directors, our executives for today's
They are finishing up with a
contest,
few announcers of some dignitaries and some other people that helped make this game possible.
GACA Assistant Executive
We will go
Director
ahead and
Davis,
pause for just a minute
GACA Administrative Assistant Tracy York, GACA
as Mr. Williamson brings you a commercial from Danley Sound Labs.
Coordinator
Look out, he could be gone. Pounding, you're waiting for Sergi throw, and that got it. She's been the head coach, so she's done her part for the season. And Robinson will get some much-deserved high fives over on the bench. That was a great hit. Right here on JockJive.com. Miller dropping in the three. Breaking ball, high drive, right center field. For the triangle it goes. Popped up over into foul territory, and Murdoch, did he make? Murdoch looking for another TD toss. He's got it. Touchdown.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, to the GACA North-South All-Star Classic, the third edition of this ball game. Between your home team, the North squad, and your visiting team, the South. South will be in white, which is the away colors starting this year, and the home will be in their away colors. I got to sneak a little peek at the North squad practice. I know they're going to be coming out in a 3-5-2. They've got a very strong midfield unit. Frew's going to be starting in the goal for the South. Looks like the South squad may be in a 4-3-3 with center forward Madison Mitchum, who I have seen at practice. She is a real player. She's flanked out wide by Sunny Moon and Zaria Orgiaco. Sunny Moon gets a pass away. to Mitchum. Mitchum's first shot not on goal is going to result in a corner kick.
That'll be a goal kick for the North squad.
Cunningham's the keeper for the North squad. Number 23 is going to be Emily Lund. She's going to be taking the goal kick. A strong left-footed kick for the North squad. She plays for Lumpkin County. The back line. Looks like it's going to consist of Laurel Renfro from Dalton, Emily Lund from Lumpkin, and Olivia Gilliland, also from Lumpkin. Ball is switched quickly to the far end. Outside midfielder Naja Lee from Padilla. The Padilla girls are basically our wings in this. You have Naja on one side, Amelia Gaines on the other.
North squad.
We got a corner kick that's going to be taken. Corner kick is going to be taken by Valerie Ledoux. She plays center mid and holding mid from Jefferson, and she's got a really good corner kick. And the ball is Taylor Frew made a save on that, but ball squibs loose. South is lucky to clear it. That's going to be another corner kick.
Another corner kick for the North squad. Leah Taylor putting ball in play for the North.
Up front for the North squad, Desiree Patterson and Aaliyah Taylor. Desiree from Union County. Aaliyah Taylor is from Archer. And the first goal of the game comes from Ashley Reed, Lumpkin County. That was a strong strike right out there.
I believe the goal was scored by number 23, Aaliyah Taylor. For the North squad. They scored 1-0 North.
Cunningham. Shot not on goal. She's corralled it. She's got a good punt right at midfield. That's a fantastic trap right there. I'm going to tell you, these two Jones County girls that are in this tournament are quality players. That right there being Madison Bennett. If these two are any indicators of how Jones County's team was, I mean, they had to be a pretty strong unit this year. On the far side right there, that is Portia Cummings. Portia Cummings is a strong physical player for the south side. And we have Aaliyah Taylor. She's going to be called offside right there. That's a good trap by the south side team right there. Bracewell and Camacho from East Lawrence and Tatnall
Throw in for the North squad.
are anchoring the midfield for the South squad. I'm still trying to identify a lot of the players. The pace of the game here has been pretty good so far. Desiree Patterson. That's a great strike. That's a good save by Taylor Frew right there. Ball is still in play.
Goal by Aaliyah Taylor. Nice stop by Taylor Frew for the South squad.
Number 23, Valerie Ledoux with a shot there. Taylor Frew with a nice save, but the ball spilled to Aaliyah Taylor.
For the South squad.
Jefferson is previously in our region. They are traditionally a pretty strong squad, and we've had a lot of their girls in these all-star games over the past couple of years, and they have usually been very good players for the north side. And Miss Ledoux is definitely definitely another good player from there. Sunny Moon with the good defense there. She's a player from East Lawrence. That was Madison Bennett defending there. Madison, and then on the other side of the field also. She finds Moon. Laurel Renfro with a good defense. Naja Lee.
Throw in for the South squad.
Taking on Roxana Sanchez. Sanchez, a defender midfielder from Peach County. And I believe Sanchez will be taking the throw in here. And it looks like Amelia Gaines has earned the North another corner kick.
Squad, and the ball play is Aaliyah Taylor.
That'll be Valerie Ledoux. Aaliyah Taylor with a strike. A little bit of a miss hit. There is the other Madison. Two Jones County Madison players. And both of them are quality athletes. Now we have Madison Bennett right there with a steal and a good run on the sidelines. She's still playing. Couple of deflections off the North squad. She drops the ball back to Madison Strom from Georgia Military. Or sorry, that would be Emily Arp from Georgia Military. Madison Mitchum, Jones County, about to take the corner kick. Like I said, I was really impressed with both Jones County girls at their practices. Two very quality players. Good foot skills, speed, and assertiveness. Oh, Charlotte Cunningham comes out for the ball. And it is saved almost off the line. Yes. Aaliyah Taylor out there in red. Passes to Ledoux. Ledoux makes a good through ball pass. Aaliyah Taylor putting the pressure on. Ball's flicked out. Naja Lee on the side. Valerie Ledoux, she is definitely involved in the offense. She's a very assertive player. She takes a good shot, not on frame, just slightly over as Taylor Frew lets it sail. South squad will be taking a goal kick. That was McCain Bracewell from East Lawrence. Frew corrals it. Gets it outside. It looks like that is to Madison Strom, Georgia Military. So North throw in. There's Ashley Reed, who was our first goal scorer, and she crosses the ball to Naja Lee. Ashley Reed from Lumpkin to Naja Lee.
Number 9, Naja Lee. Today, high school scores goal for the North. Makes them score 2-0.
That's the second goal. That's Naja Lee on a cross from Ashley Reed at the 18:53 mark. There's Naja. Naja she would be a tough cover for anybody. That's number 6 right there from Tattnall County, Samantha Camacho. Camacho's a tough defender. These Tattnall County girls are we have three players in the game from there, and they're all very strong players. I think they had a Final 8 season in AAA. Oh, that's a nice half bicycle right there. That's from McCain Bracewell from East Lawrence. Or no, I take that back. That was Emily Art from Georgia Military. Taylor Frew corrals the loose ball. We're going to be approaching a short water break at the natural stoppage of play here. Desiree Patterson battling for the ball in there. Desiree was first team all-region player for Union County this year. Team won the region championship and made the Final 8. She was a big part of that. Looks like to be a North throw-in. That's Olivia Gilliland. Ball forward there to Amelia Gaines. Nice cross by Gaines to her partner, Naja Lee. And Naja mishandles a little bit. Unlucky on that bounce right there. Ball goes out for a goal kick. Both of those two are really long, really fast, and really skilled. They put a lot of pressure on the defense. Frew's goal kick, handled by Ashley Reed, tough player from Lumpkin County. Oh, that's good pressure right there from Madison Mitchum. Laurel Renfro from Dalton, outside to Naja. Ball's out of bounds. It'll be a White throw in. That is Roxana Sanchez from Peach County. Desiree Patterson makes a left side run, keeps the ball in play, takes a nice strike. That was a nice save by Taylor Frew. Taylor Frew is definitely a next-level goalkeeper. Frew corrals the corner kick. Valerie Ledoux from Jefferson. There's Madison Mitchum up front causing havoc. Very strong player. Emily Lunn with a good defense, getting the ball out of bounds, so the North team can kind of get behind and get behind the ball and play some defense. We are taking a natural stoppage of play right here to give these young ladies a chance to get hydrated. I want to bring a few words from or information from our sponsors. This production is being brought to you by Danley Sound Labs. And then our other corporate sponsors, obviously the Georgia Athletic Coaches Association, Sports Turf Company Incorporated, Greenville Turf and Tractor, Athletic Field Supply, and Max Preps. Officials are provided by the Georgia Athletic Officials Association. Alan Smith is the executive director. Friends of the GACA, University of West Georgia, Sports Ventures, R2R Media, Bland Roofing, Rick Freeman, and Carolina Sports. And at the first stoppage of play with about 15 minutes to go in the first half, it's the North 2 and the South 0. There have been two really nice shots on goal. The first goal was rather rapidly. It was an outside shot finished by Ashley Reed from Lumpkin County. The second, Ashley Reed has an assist to Naja Lee from Paideia. That was at the 18:53 mark. I missed the poor stat keeping. I missed the time on the first score. Sunny Moon. Oh no, sorry, that's Zaria. Najalee turns the ball outside. She was pressured well by McCain Bracewell from East Lawrence. Throw in right here is going to be Emily Arp, Georgia Military. Portia Cummings, Tattnall County on the pressure. Looks like the North is trying to counter. Reed goes outside to Ledoux. Ledoux finds, well, inadvertently, Desiree Patterson. That shot is on goal, but corralled by Taylor Frew.
Desiree Patterson with the shot on goal, stopped again by Taylor Frew.
I think Aaliyah Taylor's footing slipped a little bit. The ball ended up in right at the feet of Desiree Patterson. Madison Mitchum is on. And she beats.
That's a goal for the South.
She beats Charlotte Cunningham. That is Madison Mitchum from Jones County. That's at the 13:46 mark. I missed that assist, but that came.
By number 14, Madison Mitchell. They score 2-1.
That pass came out of the center mid area. The north side plays an aggressive 3-5-2, so they are going to be susceptible to counterattack, but at the same time they can really impose their will against another team's defense. Aaliyah Taylor over there on the corner taking on everyone with a nice cross. It's a little too high outside of Naja Lee. Ball sails out of bounds. It will be a South throw-in. I believe that is Roxana Sanchez from Peach County.
Throw in north.
With 12 minutes, 48 seconds remaining, it's a 2-1 game. Madison Mitchum's heroics just a few minutes ago. Laurel Renfro on the throw. We are going to have a keeper change right here. Charlotte Cunningham from Lumpkin County will be subbed out by Emerson Meyer from Clark Central. Like I said, these goalies will be playing, and actually Charlotte will be switching to Taylor Frew's spot as Frew gets a quick breather. She will be coming in the game, back in the game shortly. All three of these goalies were players nominated from the north side. So what we did was we set it up where they would be playing for both squads just on a rotational basis. And I'm going to tell you, these three goalies are all players. These are some, any coach would want any of these three goalies on any squad. Each one brings a little different skill set, but all three are very much quality players. Emily Lunn. It's the ball out to Laurel. Laurel Renfro from Dalton. Madison Mitchum, Jones County, finds Madison Bennett. Almost tried to set up Madison Mitchum right there. That was Emily Arp from Georgia Military. There's Amelia Gaines. Amelia Gaines.
Offsides. Free kick for the South.
Desiree Patterson called offside. Cunningham will take the kick. And Desiree Patterson jumps on the goal kick. That was a good interception right there. That was McCain Bracewell, East Lawrence. That's okay right there. That's Emily Lund. She makes the safe play out of bounds, especially when you have Madison Mitchum pressuring right there. That way the team can get behind the ball, play some defense, and allow them to reset. It's an illegal throw. Emily Arp. Laurel Renfro. Take the throw from Dalton from the south side. Camacho tries to intercept. Ledoux to Reed. Reed outside to Olivia. Deflection there. Ball will be going out to the north side. Olivia's a really active player. She's got a good motor. She's all over the place and is a really assertive player. There's a lot of Lumpkin County girls on this back line, and with good reason. They are very strong at the back. Coach Don Brock, our coordinator for the north side, I'm sure he's very pleased with them. That's a very nice pass from Laurel to Ledoux. And Naja Lee outside making a good run. Naja to Desiree Patterson. Oh, that was Aaliyah Taylor with the with the shot. Madison Bennett comes out of nowhere, making a very tough defensive play. Cunningham's goal kick outside. Ball is stolen and pressured by Amelia Gaines. But it's going to stay with the South. I believe that is Emily Arp over there. My eyes have gotten older, so it's a little bit harder to spot some of those smaller numbers on the far sidelines. Call is handling on the field, so it'll be a free kick to the north side. Valerie Ledoux, who's taken a lot of the restarts. She's a very assertive player. She's also all over the field. Emily Lund with a good play there, and then there's Ledoux tracking back. There was a cross from Amelia Gaines. That's going to result into a north corner kick. While the North has definitely taken a lot of shots on goal against the South, we've had some very fine saves from the keeper. The South, though, having maximized their attempts on their, or maximized their shot attempts.
That's a goal.
There is a goal scored. It looked like Aaliyah Taylor.
I believe Aaliyah Taylor scored the goal for the North. That'll make the score 3-1.
That's at the 7:07 mark. Of course, I will tell you this. Last year, the North squad jumped out to a 3-goal lead. Monse Hernandez, who is a local player from Dalton, Georgia, scored a hat trick in the first half. And then the South managed to come back and really make it a game, scoring 2 goals later. Ball's out of bounds. McCain Bracewell on the defense. Ledoux playing there. She's battling in there with looks like Art from Georgia Military. Laurel Renfro on the throw. McCain Bracewell, good clearance there. Portia Cummings.
Throwing south.
On the other side, she is defended by Olivia Gilliland. It's going to be a South throw-in. Portia is a very strong, assertive player. She's got good speed and a very good strike on the ball. Pretty tough cover out there. Camacho. Actually, I'm sorry, that was Kayla Lane and then Camacho. Nigel Lee makes the play center. Arlie McCraney tries to clear. Ledoux and Camacho battling inside. Ashley Reed. That is Madison Bennett on the defense. I'm telling you, she is a very good assertive player. South trying to maintain possession. Arp jumps in with a steal. They were pretty close to offside anyway. And he allowed to see if he played advantage. That was a good call by the referee. A lot of times people get upset when the referees don't make a call right away. he did an excellent job there because he was seeing if advantage actually materialized. And then when the advantage materialized to the other team, then he raised his flag for the offside. So kudos to the official there. Portia that was a good settle. Emily Arp. Logan Renfro. Ledoux. Oh, that could be dangerous. That was Emerson Meyer that cleared it earlier. Emerson is she is an extremely athletic goalkeeper and quick on her feet. I mean, she is absolutely quick as a cat in the back. Got some substitutions going here. Flick on. Ashley Reed intercepts the flick. Ashley and Ledoux. I tell you, I'm continually impressed by Ledoux. That looks like Roxana Sanchez. Back there with the nice defense for the South earlier. Madison Strom earlier. Now there's Ledoux. She's battling in there with Bracewell. And there's one of the other Jones County Madisons. That is a great through ball, but in any other situation, that's probably a quick shot on goal. But I am quite confident that Beecham can cover, or Bennett, sorry, can cover most of the field. Desiree Patterson causes some havoc up front. Charlotte Cunningham corrals the ball and punts. I wonder if that's kind of odd for Charlotte that she's, I'm sure she does it in practice, but one of the first times in a real competitive environment where she's facing several members of her own team. Sunny Moon, I'm sorry. There's Olivia. Ball outside to Amelia. Ashley Reed, they're working the 1-2 up the sidelines. That looks like Zaria Orgiaco up there causing some trouble against the South or the North defense. There's Madison Mitchum. A very tough cover. Laurel Renfro on her. And that results in a goal kick. That was a tough battle right there in the corner. A lot of times people don't understand so much about soccer that it's, soccer is very, it's different than something like basketball where you have a whole lot of scoring. Soccer comes down to those small one-on-one battles right there, where sometimes you have a defender almost by themselves out on an island. Emerson Meyer corrals it. She's got a good low-driven punt. Desiree Patterson versus Sanchez. That's a nice outside ball to Naja Lee. But again, I'm going to say this name a whole lot. That is Madison Bennett on the defensive coverage. Aaliyah Taylor with a nice cross. And Ashley Reed gets her head on it, but it is not on target. So at the end of the first half, the North leads the South 3-1. I'll go over the scoring recap, and then we will have a word from our sponsors. Ashley Reed scored our initial goal. That was about 3 minutes into the game. Naja Lee scored then from an Ashley Reed cross at 18:53, and Aaliyah Taylor scored for the North at 7:07. Madison Mitchum scored for the South squad from Jones County at 13:46 in the first half. There was an assist on the play, but I have not credited at the time, but I will look back at that after I get a chance to view this webcast. Some quick words from our sponsors. Special thanks to the Georgia Athletic Officials Association, Alan Smith, the Executive Director. Some friends of the GACA, University of West Georgia, Sports Venture, R2R Media, Bland Roofing, Rick Freeman, Carolina Sports. Special thanks to the Georgia Athletic Coaches Association, Sports Turf Company Incorporated, Greenville Turf and Tractor, Athletic Field Supply, Max Preps, and a big shout out here to Robert Williamson and Danley Sound Labs for producing this webcast for us today. We really appreciate that. So we're going to take a quick break from the half, go maybe visit the concession stand. So we'll see you back here in probably about 9 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Dalton, Georgia for the site of the North-South All-Star Classic. It's a 3-1 halftime North lead. With us today right now in the booth is Coach Tommy Howells, who's the 4th Vice President of the Georgia Athletic Coaches Association and also the event coordinator. Tommy is also the head girls soccer coach at Georgia Military College Prep School. So we're going to ask him a little bit about how his season went.
Yeah, we had a really good season. Our girls made the advance in the playoffs for the first time. We finished with 15 wins, got beat in the state semifinals, won our area, and we lost some seniors, but we're going to be able to replace them. So we feel like we got a very good foundation for a good season again next year.
Well, Coach, I know let's talk about 2 of your players, especially the 2 that are featured in this game right now. I would imagine they featured into a lot of success for your team this year, and that is Madison Strom, who's wearing white number 9 today, and Emily Arp, who's wearing the white and red number 3.
Yeah, both of them really good girls and very good soccer players. They really work at their trade to try to get better. Really good character girls, come from really good families, and so it's really a privilege to coach them. Don't have to push them at all. They're get after it girls. I got a good team. The whole team's like that. It's reassuring that when you go home at night to have to worry about getting texts or emails about something your kids did that they're going to be suspended because I don't have girls like that, and I'm very fortunate. They sometimes I wish they would be more aggressive. because they are so nice. But it is what it is. And, our success this year, I just keep hoping breeding more success for the future.
Well, it also goes back to, a lot of times in coaching we say that success is not always just done about our wins and losses, but also in the producing young men and women of character, and teaching them the intangibles for success in life. I know you and I have spoken about that a lot.
Sure.
But yeah, Coach Howells and I were discussing earlier. He was talking about liking the diamond at the back of the defense, where Coach Brock and I are in favor of the flat back four. So if we had a way on that, we may have to do a podcast at some time to get some of you other coaches to weigh in on that. Do you favor the stopper sweeper diamond, or do you favor the flat back four? But that is a topic for another time.
Right.
Coach, while you're here, why don't you tell us a little bit about what all the GACA does for Georgia coaches and Georgia players while you're here, because I know you're involved in a lot of that.
Right. Georgia High School, we have over 6,000 members of high school coaches in the state of Georgia, whether they're certified or community coaches. We provide $1 million of liability insurance, whether you're in classroom or out on the field. And then we put on different all-star things, whether it be football, we have basketball, we have soccer. In the past, we've had lacrosse. We had softball this past week over at West Georgia. And so we do our best to try to expose our kids to college coaches and try to get their names out there. And we're here to support the coaches of the state of Georgia. We have a executive board and a board of directors with every sport representative, and we try to represent as many schools and as many areas of the state as we can. We have a college coaches luncheon for football coaches in winter, and then we also have a Hall of Fame that's located actually here in Dalton, Georgia. We've got 101 members to that, and anybody who wants to nominate somebody can go on our website and do so if you see a worthy coach. That's because we're always looking for that coach, because our motto is that the Hall of Fame is the world knows little of some of its greatest leaders. Some of our greatest leaders are coaches, and some coaches you've maybe never heard of. And we've always said, Coach Hatcher, a good friend of mine, he says that the best coach in the world is somebody you've never heard of, because he took a team that shouldn't have won any games and won 2 or 3 with them. But you would never know him because he didn't win a state championship, but he was a great coach for what he was able to do with his team. But we did a good job here with this all-star team. I tell you what, we've had a good 2 days with these girls and the guys too. They had fun last night bowling, had 2 good practices, and I think they really ate themselves worth that Western Sizzling last night.
Oh, yeah, they did some damage to that's for sure.
I tell you what, they were glad we left, I think.
That's the biggest thing, like some of the things that Coach spoke about right there. The interaction with these players and the fact that these kids that are out here on the field, the way they've acted and carried themselves, they are fantastic representatives of their families, their teams, their schools, and their community. And I think you would definitely echo that sentiment.
Absolutely. And we want to try to encourage you, if you're out there listening, we need more nominations for our all-star games. We were sitting here scrounging at the last minute to try to get players, and it's part of my fault and your fault, because our seasons went so long that we got so late started on this. Our girls played in the semis and our boys won the state championship, and then of course Tim, y'all played in the semis and your boys played for the state championship. So
that's correct.
We were so late getting started on this, but anyway, coaches, we want as many nominations as we can, and so we can have the best product on the field. And we've got a very good product for having started so late. And that was a good goal there by Madison Mitchell.
I've mentioned this several times. She's a real player for the South squad.
Right, and I think she's committed to Charleston Southern.
Outstanding. You can tell by looking at her, she is a next level player. She's got too much speed and too much touch.
Yeah,
out
her
there.
and Madison Bennett are 2 girls from Jones County that I happened to pick up the last week. Their coach wasn't aware of the nomination, so next year.
Those kind of kids definitely need the exposure, because they're about as good as any players you'll find in the state. But like Coach was saying right there, the main thing, be involved in stuff with the GACA, because in the GACA, everybody is here for the promotion of good high school athletes and positive high school athletes and the coaches in the state of Georgia. So be involved in that. Well, thank you, Coach Howells, for being here with us. And that was the halftime buzzer. We're going to be returning here as we'll be switching sides for this North-South All-Star Classic. First two years ended with North prevailing. And now we are back here in a similar situation currently, as the North has a 3-1 lead over the South. But the South showing a lot of potential there as they brought it back close to try to even out the score with Madison Mitchum's finish. I'd say we'll be calling her name out again as over the course of time here. Looks like the South may have changed formations. They're going a little more of a 3-4-3. The North staying with their 3-5-2. Oh, that's cross, but nobody on the other end. Cunningham spills it and then back on it. She's a tenacious player. She has one of the best bowling celebrations, too, you've ever seen if she gets a strike. That's a good play by Zari over there on defense. There's Taylor Frew. She has gone from our keeper to a field player. When I first watched her when they were doing some possession drills, I would have not picked her at first to have been a keeper, because she has extremely good foot skills and off the ball movement. There's Ashley Reed and Ledoux. Those two play well together. Desiree Patterson, defended by Bennett. Naja Lee, that'll be a battle over there. Bennett is not going to give up, and she is making a good long run there. And finds McCain Bracewell from East Lawrence. You know, East Lawrence traditionally has some girls nominated for this All-Star game. And a lot of that is because you tend to have a lot of success down there in South Georgia. I'd say the folks at West Lawrence and Dublin might take exception to that, but East Lawrence is usually a quality team. I believe that was Bracewell on the pressure there. Got the South a corner kick. Looks like Portia going to be over there taking that. Portia Cummings, Tattnall County. Oh, unlucky on that. Well, it depends on how you look at it. If you're North squad, you're – looks like the South has a back line of Bennett, Moon, and Sanchez. Ashley Reed with the settle. That's one of the Georgia military girls right there. That was Madison Strom. Madison Strom still defending against Amelia. That's a great ball in to Aaliyah Taylor. It's corralled by Cunningham. They always say that really good players can slow the game down and really remain composed, and Amelia Gaines definitely does that. There's Taylor Frew. That is a goalkeeper making that kind of move on the sidelines. And that is against a quality defender, too. Emerson Meyer jumps on that. She is quick as a cat. There's Ledoux. Oh, that's a nice through ball to Naja Lee. Naja makes a good move. Oh, there's a great save by Cunningham. That had 4-1 all over it, but that was a fantastic play. That was a laser. And she's tested again, but it is off frame. Our team played against Cunningham earlier this year, and unfortunately she blanked us. She's the type of player you love to have on your side, but one you don't like to see in between the pipes for the other team. Cunningham's goal kick is stolen by Gaines. Once again, so smooth as a player. Desiree Patterson with a shot. That's well defended by Sanchez. Desiree's pass. Reed to Ledoux. Off frame. But still a good shot. I'd have taken that one too. Those are the kind of shots as a coach you don't really get upset about for anything. You want your players taking those aggressive shots from midfield. Especially those two players right there, because they can put the ball on frame with some pace and some control. Cunningham's goal kick, after a battle on the side right there, is going out to Naja Lee. Looks like there's Bracewell up front. Emily Lund. Portia challenging her. That is a really good high line play by our keeper. Emerson Meyer, I'm telling you, she is a standout player. She's a standout player for Clark Central. The referee did have the offside flag up, but she also allowed advantage to develop.
Free kick for the South.
Amelia and Madison got tangled up right there. That's a free kick for the South. There goes Frew. I'm telling you, if you watch Frew's foot skills, you would have never pegged her as a goalie. Of course, that's probably also why she is so successful. When you've got the ability and the aggression and the hands of a great keeper, and then you've got some of the foot skills as a midfielder. And we have an offside. Emily Lund for Lumpkin is going to get the restart. Left-footed player. Also a very strong player. She's always around the ball and is a strong physical player. Sunny Moon with a good defense there. That looks like Gilliland on that sideline. She finds Ashley Reed. Ball out of bounds off Emily Arp. Desiree Patterson with a flick on header, corralled by Cunningham. That's some good soccer. That was Reed to Taylor, back outside to Gaines. That was quick one-touch soccer right there. And the amazing thing, these kids, I guess so much of soccer is universal, but these kids are really learning to read them, read each other as players. They've had 2 practices together, and to start really stringing together good, quick one-touch passes, that just goes to show a lot of just how talented these kids are on the field right now. The other thing, too, these are a bunch of great kids. These are the types of players that any coach is going to welcome on their squad. So I see some of this assertiveness. There goes Frew. Like I said, she's continually surprises with her foot skills. It looks like Camacho out there. Lund. Naja. Oh, off the post. Ledoux. Ashley Reed with a quick touch and the strike. It does sail to the right of the goal, but a fantastic strike. I'll tell you, those two right there in center mid, that's a tough bunch to face right there. because both of them can really settle the ball. They're both very active and assertive, and then they both can just flat out hammer it when they need it. Cunningham on the restart. Patterson jumps the kick. And Patterson takes a shot. Well defended, but Cunningham jumps on it. That was Arlie McCraney defending Patterson. Here goes Portia. She's against Emily Lund, makes a good play outside. There's Zaria. She's being defended by Laurel Renfro, and Laurel wins the throw-in. Dalton High player, Samantha Camacho, she is an assertive player too. There goes Portia with a nice misdirection. Zaria, big, strong player. I'm going to tell you, those Lumpkin girls, they're going to play physical with you. There's no doubt. There's Frew. And we got a foul. Frew earns the free kick. Looks like Madison Mitchum's going to take the restart. That ball had a lot of swerve, but it swerved, sliced a little bit late. Out to the right, be a south goal kick. Madison's All-Star and Jones County teammate Madison Bennett checking back into the game. The standout defender for the South squad. Arlie and Roxana and Bennett have been a tough back line right here for the South in the second half. Addition of them and Frew in the back has made for a scoreless second half. It's Desiree Patterson. Oh, Desiree has a good cross there to Amelia. Amelia finds Reed with a quick one-touch. Oh, Amelia with a good shot. Cunningham up to the challenge. There's Laurel Renfro keeping the ball in the zone for the North team.
Great shot on goal, but an even greater stop by Charlotte Cunningham.
Oh, Madison a little bit unlucky on that. Madison Mitchum from Jones County. That ball, I think, took a little funny hop right there before she got the strike on.
Nice attack.
Not to mention that she's running it at full speed to get that shot off.
Shot went wide left. It'll be a goal kick for the goal.
Like I said, exceptional player, South squad. Emerson Meyer takes a goal kick. Ashley Reed. Taylor Frew in on that on the defense. There's Katie. Zalia back to Ledoux. They're that's both players. That was a 50-50 ball. That was a good no call. That was a really good no call. Here's Katie. Back to Ledoux. She's on. That is a great ball. Desiree Patterson, Union County, on the assist from Amelia Gaines.
Desiree Patterson with a goal for the North. First shot hit the left post, bounced back straight to her. She finished it off on the rebound, netting the shot.
Some of you purists might not count as an assist due to the ball striking the post first, but I'm still going to give it to to Miss Gaines. That was, if it were not for that pass, that good shot would have never been set up. That brings the score. The North 4, the South 1. Taylor Frew. That is Emily Arp. There's Bennett again. Emily Lund. Looking for her teammate, Olivia Gilliland. Bennett with the throw in. And there's her partner, Mitchum. She gets doubled by the Lumpkin County defense, or the Lumpkin County defenders. Of course, I don't blame her. She's a good player. Here's the South causing a lot of trouble down here on the north side. Camacho. That's Camacho to Emily Arp. Oh, Madison. Madison Mitchum with a chance right there to bring the South close. And we're going to take a hydration break right here at a natural stoppage time. It's exactly the 15-minute mark. While we do so, we want to thank some of the people that made this game possible. First off, we would also like to thank the Dalton Park and Rec System for providing this facility for us today. Also, Dalton City Schools for the transportation that they have allowed the GACA. It makes all that possible, being able to get these girls to and from the games and where they need to be. We'd like to especially thank the Georgia Athletic Officials Association and Alan Smith, the executive director. We'd like to thank Sports Ventures, R2R Media, Bland Roofing, Rick Freeman, Carolina Sports, and our corporate sponsors, the Georgia Athletic Coaches Association, Sports Turf Company Incorporated, Greenville Turf and Tractor, and Danley Sound Labs. Danley's been providing this webcast for you all day today. Athletic Field Supply and Max Preps. And one more time, big shout out to the Dalton Parks and Rec System for allowing us to use this great facility today. This is the home of the Dalton State Roadrunners. And also to Dalton City Schools, who are allowing us to use their transportation services. Emerson Meyer was shaken up down here on the play. She's still down just a little bit, and we hope this is nothing major for anything in the world. She is a very solid, fantastic goalkeeper for both the North squad and for Clark Central. Emerson was a player who was nominated by both her own coach and our GACA Northside coordinator, Don Brock. That says a lot about a player when another team's coach is going to recommend you for an all-star game. And everyone is giving Emerson a big round of applause. And we're going to have, like I said, another goalkeeper switch. All three of these goalies are actually North goalies. But we did not get a confirmation from a South goalie to participate. So all three of these girls have been sharing the two spots between the pipes. And then, of course, Miss Frew has been out here on the field looking like a stellar field player. Our training staff is over there looking at Emerson Meyer. Of course, she's up moving around right now. That's a very good sign. Sometimes, too, you just get whacked. It takes a minute to gonna just get back in the game. I've read so many announcements, I don't remember where the restart is going to be coming from, but we'll know here very shortly. And it looks like it's going to be a goal kick for the North squad. Emily Lund. Ball goes out of bounds. Madison Bennett. The Jones County girls over there on the same side. Madison Bennett, Madison Mitchum. Trying to work a little bit together there. There's Katie for Lumpkin County. Ball to Ashley Reed to Ledoux. That was broken up right there. That's by Kayla Lane, Tattnall County. Bennett's on. Ball back to Frew. It's a nice drop and good clear by Frew. But there is Ledoux and Reed again. And we have an offside call. It's either going to be against Patterson or Aaliyah Taylor. Probably Patterson, since she was the one that made contact with the ball there. Frew with a good restart. Laurel Renfro on the side there. That looks like Emily Arp calls that defense. Sunny Moon sends the ball out. Nigel Lee on the pressure. That clear right there was from Arlie McCraney, who's out of Berrien County. Nigel Lee keeps it in. Sunny Moon trying to clear the ball. Look like Emily Arp. There's Madison Strom pressuring. Oh, that's some good build-up right there. Aaliyah Taylor in, looking for support. That's really good defense with Arlie, just holding it up. There's McCain Bracewell. I don't know if you get extra points for knocking off the water bottles, but you probably should. There's Bennett. Then it clears to Kayla Lane. There's Reed being pressured by McCain Bracewell. There's Naja Lee versus Sunny Moon on the side. She drops to Desiree Patterson. Ball sails wide to Taylor Frew's left. And this always happens at least once a game where multiple balls are thrown at the goalie at one time. And one of them scored. Leah Taylor jumps the goal kick with a good strike. Taylor Frew, though, more than a match. Leah's been a very good player up front, causing a lot of havoc for the North team. There's Olivia, Madison. Looks like Madison Strong. There's a lot of Madisons in that area. That's been a really popular name. Emily Lund. It's a clearance. Therefore, it gets to Cunningham.
South Haven corner kick.
We have a south corner.
Madison Mitchell putting the ball in play.
Looks like Madison Mitchum going to be taking the kick. That's a nice corner. Ashley Reed, Desiree Patterson. Aaliyah Taylor smart there to wait till she could get back on side. Old saying in soccer, if all of a sudden you are the most open player on the field, you're offside. Oh, Aaliyah with a great move. That was a great move. The strike went a little bit high, but wow, that was some good foot skill to get that shot off. Still, though, this South squad in the second half with Madison Bennett, Sunny Moon, and Arlie McCraney have done a really good job. Here's the scoring breakdown. The first goal was about 3 minutes in. Miss Ashley Reed from Lumpkin County. Second goal was Naja Lee from Ashley Reed at the 18:53 mark. Aaliyah Taylor scored the third goal unassisted at 7:07. Desiree Patterson from Amelia Gaines in the second half at the 16:10 mark. Madison Mitchum scored for the South squad at the 13:46 mark in the first half. And that is your scoring recap so far today. Patterson shot out of bounds. It is a goal kick. Frew to take it. She's outside to Bennett. Aaliyah Taylor all over it. But Bennett and Roxana. Ashley Reed takes a shot. Frew with a save.
Shot taken by Ashley Reed.
It's a good punt. Oh, that is a nice job of not letting that ball hit the floor or the field. And that's Katie Carroll from Lumpkin. Katie's aggressive, holding mid, center defense, wherever you want to put her. She's a plus for her team. Frew gives her defensive midfield a chance to reset. Madison Mitchum tries to keep the ball in play. North throw in. Amelia to Olivia to Ashley Reed. Reed and Ledoux very strong in there. That shot sails a little bit high. Be a goal kick to Frew in the south side. That's a really good goal kick, and that's a nice win by Ashley Reed. That was a solid header. That'll scramble your eggs. Naja Lee, Desiree Patterson. Desiree's pass broken up by Emily Arp. Or sorry, Madison Strom. The numbers confused. Georgia Military. Madison Mitchum leaves the ball off right there for Zaria. I believe Zaria is going to be ruled offsides. Zaria Orjako from Mundy's Mill. She's a good ball striker too up front and a strong physical player. Sunny Moon defending, being pressured by Desiree Patterson. Desiree did well to win that. Sunny Moon gets it back. It's a good battle in there. Madison Strom in there battling, but sometimes that's hard when you have Reed and Ledoux in there, and then Madison Mitchum comes in there to take the ball over. Ball to Zaria. Oh, Portia was offside. Zaria saw her, but Portia was offside. Sometimes that's something that's really hard as a player because you want nothing more than to make that breakaway. Then that's why the trap. That's a very good settle.
4 minutes left in the match.
Madison Bennett. Here's Nadja Lee making her run. And there's Bennett again. Samantha Camacho. Bennett. Oh, that's a great ball. Oh. I feel that was a very close one. Of course, I don't have the ability to see from the point of view of the referee right there. But either way, that probably was offside, but boy, that was close. It was very close timing, and that would have been one-on-one. Nadja Lee, Desiree Patterson tries to find her back. Taylor Frew settles. We have about 3 minutes to go in this North-South Classic, the third edition. There's Madison Mitchum. Makes a nice play. She's getting swarmed by 3 Lumpkin girls, but doing well to hold her own with the ball. Laurel Renfro gets it out. There's Ledoux and Reed. Ball outside to Amelia. There's Madison Bennett. Emily Arp. Madison Strom out there making it tough right there for the defense. There's Nadja Lee on a run. She's against Sunny Moon. Desiree Patterson. Ball sails a little bit wide. Taylor Frew with a goal kick.
Wide right, be a goal kick for the South. 2 minutes left in the match.
2 minutes to go right here. There's Aaliyah Taylor and Bennett. I'll tell you, both those two, there was no ill intent there. Those are just two aggressive, good soccer players right there. Gilliland, throw it in to Reed. Reed with a good first touch. Creates some space. Her and Ledoux, you would think those two had been teammates for forever.
Offsides.
Sometimes they talk about instant chemistry. Those two right there, of course, fundamental soccer. You know, that makes that helps a whole lot with chemistry. When you got two girls with assertiveness, first touch, and look to share the ball like those two, they're going to have a lot of good things happen. There's Amelia with a cross, Sunny Moon. Don't act like, even if you get a handball, don't act like you did it. And Madison to our other Madison teammate. If you'll look right there, they know good and well that Madison Mitchum is the scoring threat right there for the South. You see all three of those Lumpkin girls converge on her right there. Of course, Lumpkin County is always very tough on defense. When you figure out there you had Olivia Gilland, Emily Lund, and Katie Carroll all closing in right there. There's Nigel Lee. That ball goes to Aaliyah Taylor from Nigel Lee.
And that's a goal for the North again. Scored by number 23, Leah Taylor. Makes score 5-1.
She said she's got the clock, sir. What? She's got the clock. She said it's like 3 seconds left.
Set it on 3.
Yeah, don't even run.
Yeah, just leave it alone. That's why we turned it off.
Yeah. That's what I figured. The coach didn't know.
And that is the end of the third North-South Classic. The North team has defeated the South 5-1.
Great match by both squads.
Scoring recap. Ashley Reed scored about 3 minutes into the contest. The second goal was at the 18:53 mark from Nigel Lee. It was Nigel Lee goal from Ashley Reed. Aaliyah Taylor scored at the 7:07 mark. In the second half, Desiree Patterson scored on an assist from Amelia Gaines at the 16:10 mark, and Aaliyah Taylor scored from Nigel Lee with 7 seconds remaining. Madison Mitchum from Jones County scored at the 13:46 mark of the first half for the South team. One more quick thank you to the Dalton Park and Rec System for allowing us to use this facility, and also to Dalton City Schools for practice facilities that they've allowed us to use, for their transportation, and just for everything they've done to help make this All-Star game possible, and we really thank them. Special thanks to the Georgia Athletic Officials Association, Sports Ventures, R2R Media, Bland Roofing, Rick Freeman, Carolina Sports, Sports Turf Company Incorporated, Greenville Turf and Tractor, Danley Sound Labs, who's done so much for providing this for those of y'all watching at home, and so these kids will have a chance to go back and look at this later on. Athletic Field Supply and Max Preps. And one more big shout out to the Dalton Park and Rec System and Dalton City Schools for all they have done to help make this possible. We thank you all so much. Like I said, everything that the GACA does is only for, the Georgia coaches and Georgia players, for promotion of these sports and these great coaches and young people out here who have been fantastic representatives. I got to say, as someone who got to be around these practices, got to be around these kids, all of these kids right here were absolute fine examples of their families, of their schools, of their communities, and their teams. And we thank them so much, and we thank everyone for being involved in the GACA, and appreciate it again. We will be coming back to the boys. We'll be having a 6 o'clock start for them. Thank you for listening and watching.